Hi, well, my name is Amparo and I'm going to present my practice 1. This work has been divided into different parts. The first one is a piece of art made with a classical technique, and the second one is a piece of art made with a modern technique, and in this case it's a video. The first piece of art I made, it's about stereotypes. When we knew the words we had and the ones that we had to take inspiration from to create the art, it was clear to me that I wanted to do something that had to do with stereotypes. They are something that are very present in our day-to-day life and in our society, and I strongly believe that the only thing they do is harm us. They shouldn't be there. I reckon that they make many people feel insufficient if they don't fulfill those established stereotypes, and believe or feel that they should be like that when everyone can be as they want to be. Moreover, if you don't fulfill these roles, these stereotypes pre-established by society, you are different, you feel like you are no longer normal. However, we constantly forgot something essential, that everyone is free to be how they want to be, where they want to be, and when they want to be. And once I knew that I wanted to do something related to this word, I started thinking of ideas, looking at sources of inspiration as could be Pinterest, and I finally decided to use a traditional technique to represent it. I thought it would result easier for me to fulfill the intention I had. I was thinking about how to do it, and I opted for something simple, but that was exactly what I wanted to convey. First of all, I began by thinking of adjectives and prejudices on some of the roles that most people have on the society in general. But I decided to represent in particular the stereotypes that women have been imposed in society. As we all know, women are seen much more before than now, thanks to social progress, as being made to take care of families, children. They should dress up correctly, they should be pretty, they should be clean, and a long list of etc. But none of this is actually says how a woman should be like, because every woman is a different word. With this, I mean that I can like cleaning and do it because I feel it. I can like cooking and do it because I feel it and I want to do it. But simply, it cannot be that certain actions have to be imposed on us, and not only actions, but also attributes and qualifying adjectives, because we are simply women. And now I'm going to pass to talk to the creative process. Well, talking about the creative process, I started making a draft in the notebook size A4, writing the adjectives that came to my mind, creating what would be the final design, and the different options for the big phrase, and so on. The brainstorming of adjectives has been progressive. That is to say that I didn't think of them once, but as days went by, I thought of some of them and I was writing them on the notebook. I have made the artwork using a traditional technique, as I had mentioned above. I started on the A4 notebook and then I drew on an A3 drawing sheet using a pencil to make the base and not to make a directly mistake with the black slided pen that I have used to mark what I have previously drew with pencil. And I have also used some fine felt tipped pens in red to do the final sentence. And here we can see the result of the work, and I think that it has been as suspected. I reckon it shows perfectly what I wanted to represent initially, and its intention is understood correctly. With the fact of crossing out all those attributes, I am referring to the fact that we have to ignore them. We have to act like they don't exist and live being as we are, just regardless of what people think of ourselves. At the end of the day, the only people we have to prove to and the only person we owe something is to ourselves. Now I'm going to pass to the second part of the practice, and this part is about uncertainty. Well, that word that when you hear it, you feel overwhelmed, you feel weak, you feel strange for not knowing what will happen. The future, for not knowing the future is uncertain. And it is a concept that gets on top of us, that on more than on others, and it can reach such a point that it stops us. Many people stop living for fear of not knowing what happened in the future. Uncertainty makes people vulnerable because it implies that we don't know how to control our environment and how to control the situations that not depend on us. And it is for this reason that I have chosen to represent uncertainty, because I am one of those people who need to have things and situations under control. I need to be responsible and consequent of my own actions, and it has cost to me so much to understand that not everything depends on me. I have realized that there is a great weight in the attitudes and actions of others where I have nothing to do, although they influence me directly or indirectly. All this leads me to think many times that we should enjoy the moment, the now, the typical carpe diem. Whatever we are doing, we should do it for real. And yes, we should do it for real because we want to, or because we like it. It is true that we would all like to have a good future, but you never know what is going to happen. So if you spend your whole life bitter and annoyed with the world, aiming to achieve a goal, and when you get it you are alone without company, friends, etc., what's the point? Are you going to be happy or not? So all that effort and all that path has been for nothing. And well, yes, uncertainty is constantly present in my life, both academically and professionally. As far as academics are concerned, it's obvious, no matter how hard you study, that no one can guarantee you passing. And then I have been dancing since I was 3 years old, and it started as a simple hobby. As I got older, I realized that I liked it, that I enjoyed it, and that maybe I could dedicate myself to it. But I never thought that I would get where I am and when I'm left, of course. I'm in a competition group for 5 years, and with those who started out as my dancing roommates, partners, and those who are now currently my best friends. Nowadays, we are preparing for our World Championships, and it's my dream to dedicate myself professionally to this, but unfortunately, I can't know if I will be able to make it my profession. No matter how much effort, work, dedication, and desire I put into it, I can't say that I'm going to achieve it 100%. Basically, due to there are several factors that don't depend on me, and it's inevitable. You have to accept it. Of course, the harder you work, the more effort you put into it, the more chances you have of achieving it, all things considered. And that's why I have represented uncertainty dancing, with this choreography to transmit that part of work, that struggle to follow what you want without knowing if you will finally achieve it, and blindly with a brutal insecurity. And now I'm going to play the video so that you can see it, and then I'm going to explain the creative process. So hope you like it. How was it? It was okay? Do you like it? Well, for the creative process, when I started to think of ideas to represent it, the first thing that came to my mind was not what I ended up doing, not by a long shot. I thought of taking a photo or some dark figure or some dark place related to time in the future, but it was one day out of the blue, lying in bed about to fall asleep, when I said to myself, what if I made a choreography? From then on, my mind started to think about how to plan the video, how I want it to look, the song, and I know it was going to be in my dancing academy, taking advantage of the fact that it has lights and a background that fits perfectly for what I wanted, and it is also like my own house. The next step was choosing the song, but it wasn't really complicated because this song is called Forever and it's from the series of Euphoria, and I wanted to create with it since a long time ago, so that was the perfect opportunity to use it, to create with this song. Once I had all figured out, I gradually created pieces of the song until I had it in its entirety. And finally the recording, which took place one morning at my dancing academy. And once I have all these shots I needed, I edited the video, adjusting the shots, the lighting, and etc. And lastly, I would like to add that to deal with uncertainty, we just have to be patient on account of only time will give us the answer. To draw the conclusion, I would like to say that I have really enjoyed being able to express myself through the art, which makes me happy every day. And it is the place where I can take refuge when I feel bad, and I also consider that the final result is gratifying. The intention of expressing uncertainty is achieved, and thanks to the lights, the focus, and the editing, both of the video and the choreography. Well, and that's all. This is the final of my practice one video, so I hope you have enjoyed it and you have liked it. Bye!